Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to apologize up front for not keeping up to date with everything and kind of updating you guys with what's been going on. I think the last time that we talked, I was at work and I was getting ready to go in. I kind of just touched base on we were finalizing contracts and completing that, or maybe we hadn't finalized and that was like the next thing. But contracts have been finalized. So that is super exciting, and that happened in, oh my goodness, like the second week of November, I want to say, give or take, something like that. Now I feel like I have to go back and look, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll see if I can pull it up real quick while we're chatting. But I feel like my days are running into each other and there's not enough time, and we're on a home stretch 2.5 weeks or so for our finals, the last little bit of this stretch for the first semester of my RN program, and it's just a matter of I can't even breathe. The kids are trying to get what they need to get done for school. They're still in school. COVID hasn't taken them out of classes yet. I was going to look and see if I can pull it up really quick to see what day that was when contracts went through. I know I was in class that day. It was crazy hectic. And then I had to run and go get everything notarized and print all this stuff out. Oh, it was something. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to say the 9th of November was when that finalized. So, woohoo, that went fairly quick, considering I think the first time I spoke with my attorney, we sat down with everything was that first, it was the tail end of October or something. I don't know. But anyhow, I think it went fairly quicker than most or some folks. Sometimes it could take months, and essentially mine only took a few weeks. Where are things at now? So I have been fully medically cleared by my clinic out in San Diego. We were just waiting on them getting the legal clearance, and then I was trying to shave off a couple more pounds. I was just borderline right there at that BMI that they require, and that's gonna be different from everyone because it's BMI based on your height and all that jazz. So that was one thing, which that got taken care of, and I got to where they wanted to see me. And then once all the clearances came through, I then received my congratulations from them. And the next thing, I'm going to look down, I got all these papers and notes here. The next things moving forward. So they had me on a birth control pill. I actually have that here. What they have me on. I was on Elanist 28 for... I went through 4 packs. Did you hear that clink? Some of you know what that is. I got the infamous med box came in the mail the day before Thanksgiving, so we're definitely gonna go hit on that. But so I was on the Elanist 28. I did about 4 whole packs of that. As of actually Thanksgiving, that was the last pill that I had to take. I was so excited because I think that messed with my weight some. And I had some side effects from it because I don't take birth control pills. I don't take anything, to be honest with you, not even Tylenol. I just don't deal with any of that stuff. I try to make do with what I just try to do other things. I don't know. But, yeah, it was making me nauseous and super tired. I had to take it late at night, right before I went to bed and stuff. So, that was the end of that. Then, the next step was they had me go ahead and schedule out about a week ago or so, maybe a week and a half ago, or no, a week ago. Yeah, a week and a half ago. I'm sorry. I'm trying to put all this together in my mind. My baseline ultrasound and my baseline blood work. So what does that mean? that means that I need to go in and see where my numbers are for my estrogen and my progesterone, and kind of know what that baseline is that we're working with, so they can adjust medications accordingly. Baseline ultrasound, what are they looking for? Basically what they want to know is what my endometrial lining looks like. Is it trilaminar? And is it homogenesis? So is it fluffy? Is it shedding? Is it, the layers, is it layered correctly? I happen to be on day 2 of my cycle. Typically, you will be on your cycle day 2 or so when you go in for this initial baseline. So I was on day 2, and she was able to measure my lining. It was like a 3, and I think it was like 2.9. And check for that triple layer, and just check everything. She even, the clinic also wants them to look at my follicle sizes, see if I have any follicles that are ready to, want to drop eggs, basically, and just everything that's going on with that. So they have a full idea of what my uterus looks like. It was clear, no polyps, no fluid. Sometimes, you can have polyps, you can have fluid, you're not trilaminar, you're not shedding your lining correctly to prepare it to build up again, to accept an embryo. So all of those things were important. In fact, she even checked my kidneys. She's like, I just want to make sure you have 2. Some people don't realize it. Some are shaped like horseshoes, or I don't know. So they really did a whole workup there to kind of check and see what things look like. Then, so that was on, I just went on the 30th, just the other day. So that came back fantastic. Everything looked great. It couldn't be any more perfect is what I got back. So that night, because it was later in the day, I was able to go ahead and start on some of my meds. I will get to that in 2 seconds. I will have to go back on December 10th for another baseline ultrasound. So I've started meds. I've started estradiol. Estradiol is what's going to assist with basically helping to build up and get my lining ready to accept the embryo. And I'm just looking to see what all these papers I have here. It's just going to help get my lining ready, help thicken things up, more so than my body naturally would, because we're getting it geared up. We're going to trick it into believing that I need to be ready for a pregnancy, be ready to be pregnant. So go back on the 10th for that. And let me show you what I got in my little mid box here. So, this is my box. So it's kind of, this camera's kind of, it's, not humongous. I'm very blessed. I could have had some meds that I didn't want to have. So my list of meds is very short, which I'm grateful for. I am on this is just a baby aspirin, 81 milligrams once a day. That again is to kind of, help that blood flow get to my uterus, my lining, and just fluff everything up and get that, nice and ready for the embryo transfer. And I don't know if you remember, if you've seen it in my other videos, but we are going to be doing a DET or a double embryo transfer. So they are going to put 2 little babies in my uterus, and hopefully they'll both snuggle up and settle down in my lining, and then it's a matter of them completely implanting and the pregnancy's taking off and going from there. So that's pretty exciting. I just pray and hope that everything goes good with that. So we're doing 2. A little nerve-wracking. And of course, I've carried 2. I have twins of my own, identical twins. These wouldn't be identical, essentially, because they are 2 separate embryos. Identical is when one embryo splits, right? But that doesn't warrant some caution and education to know that we could still have a splitter or splitters. But what we do hope for is at least is 2 sticking. And because I don't know the full quality of the embryos themselves, which they are typically graded and have different, grading scale quality assigned to them. I don't know exactly what that is yet. We wanted to at least hope that we can have one that would stick and stuff. So, but that's that. So, I don't know where I'm at on this video, how long it's been. I don't want to make it too awful long. So, I'm also on a prenatal. I like these a lot. They're prenatal plus. I actually found them. It's from Mama Select. Mama Select. I found them off of Amazon. I was trying to find something that was, made in the U.S., didn't have anything crazy going on with it. And then I wanted folate. I didn't want folic acid. I wanted folate in its natural state, in natural form. So they do have that. And then when I got this bottle, it said want a free bottle. This little smart code. I couldn't think of what the heck they're called. QR code. I actually have a free bottle coming to me, like, as we speak. I got a notice, like, yesterday. So I'm like, hey, that is awesome. Super exciting. But, yeah, that was my little, my birth control they had me on. Put that right there. And, my estradiol. I'm on 2 milligrams. I don't know if you can see those in there. They're not very large pills at all. I'm on 2 milligrams, but I'm also taking 2 tablets twice a day. So 2 in the morning, and then I try to, like, split up, and then 2 in the evening. Maybe, like, I don't know, even out the time on that. And let's see, I also have some prescription for a prednisone that came from the pharmacy. So there's 3 tablets in here, and this is something that I'm going to start taking the day of my transfer. Oh, I forgot that part. So, transfer day is scheduled for December 18th, you guys. Oh my god, it's like 2.5 weeks away, because my last day, my final for this semester, is December 17th. And I am actually getting on the plane and flying out on December 17th for my transfer on the 18th. It'll actually be, my check-in is 10:45, and my transfer will be at 11 a.m. So, that part, I'm so sorry. Kind of like, my brain is all over the place. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon. I've been working on school projects and house projects, and just, like, there's so much going on. I can't even, my hair is rough. But, so, transfer day is, like, coming upon us very quickly. As soon as I go in for my baseline ultrasound on the 10th, then they will see where my lining is, thickness-wise. I think it has to be over a 7 or 8. And like I said, when she checked the other day, I was, like, basically at a 3. So, all is good and well there. Then I have my cute little awesome sharps container. That's important, because, yes, there are needles involved in these meds. Here we go. I have some erythromycin. I'm not sure. I have 2 boxes. Don't think I need more than 1. Oh, 1 tri-pack for patient and 1 tri-pack for patient's partner. Here's a partner. So, but anyhow, erythromycin, antibiotic. That obviously is going to be something I would take precautionary to, like, ward off any small evil or any little, little infection that's trying to start or come upon or do anything. That's just gonna just nip that in the butt, whether it's there or not there. We don't want it, period. Then progesterone in oil. You see that? There are 7 vials there. This happens to be progesterone in sesame seed oil. You'll hear people mention or talk about this as POI or PIO, excuse me, PIO. But yeah, so mine's in sesame oil. My nurse told me it was thicker than olive oil or the estradiol or something that they put it in. I will be yeah, so let me just skip over to these. So I have all my starting syringes to get me started. The progesterone in oil is going to assist me with, it's going to support my lining and keeping it thick and fluffy and kind of help put my body into the mode of, you know, you're pregnant, you're going to be pregnant, we need to keep your lining nice and fluffy for the embryo, and so they can, you know, do the implantation and stay viable. That's super important. We don't want my body thinking I'm going to ovulate again or start another menstrual cycle. We want it to think we're pregnant, we have an embryo, we need to care for it, have a fluffy lining, supply it, that blood supply. Quick little, I don't know how much you remember about any of all this when you're pregnant or you know, whatever, but until the placenta is forming and growing and gets to a certain stage, maybe week 10, 11, or 12, it's then ready to fully take over the full responsibility of the fetus and caring for it, you know, blood flow, you know, all that stuff, nutrition-wise and stuff. Maintain the embryo and the fetus during the whole rest of the phase of the pregnancy. In the initial stages, it is the endometrial lining of our uterus that handles that part of the business and the things. So that's why the progesterone in oil is going to help maintain that lining and keep it fluffy and keep it perfect condition for a baby. So with that said, yay. This is 50 milligrams per ml. I will be taking, I'm trying to get one of these out. I will be taking 2 mLs of this progesterone in oil for a grand total of 100 milligrams of this. I do not know yet if this will be a daily thing, every other day, every third day. It is a lot of oil. So here is what I have: a 3 ml syringe, 20 gauge, 1.5 inch. Can you see that? 3 ml. Laura lock is the type of lock that is. I'll show you that with the needle. 1.5 inches, folks. Yeah. Okay, there it is. I don't want to take the cap. Well, okay. Yep. And then, like I said, this is a 20 gauge needle. Can you see that all right? Like, that's wicked. But this is what's going to draw up. Let me do my little scoop method here. Don't want to get jabbed before I have to. To go ahead and actually get this oil. Can you see that? It's pretty viscous because it's cold. We have snow on the ground and everything. But you see how that, let me find the little hole. There it is. Yeah. So I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, see that? It's pretty thick. It doesn't really want to move around right now because it's super cold here in Western PA. But so this will be my drawing up needle, okay? And lure lock is this. It is lured into locking into the it's threaded. You probably can't tell that part. Yeah, see the little threads there. So anyhow, once I draw up my 2 ml, all of that is going to have to be injected. I will then use a 22 gauge 1.5 inch needle So a little bit thinner. I don't know if you can tell. Let's see. A little bit thinner, but still necessary as far as getting a thick viscous oil into the body. And I can't see if you guys can see. You know, I don't know. Into the body, because it's gonna be a process. I mean, it's gonna take a minute to get it in there. So then I just would put this one on, lock it in place, boom, ready to go. So that's that. That is my med protocol. I think that was all. Yeah, there's nothing else in there. So and of course I have some, I think some little bandages or something, and some alcohol pads, a bunch of alcohol swabs. So that's that. I won't start taking the progesterone until we hear back and see what my lining is. That's going to start just prior to transfer. So we just get my body prepared and ready and situated in that regard. So that is what's going on in Amanda's life. Yeah, I started the estradiol. I don't know that I've had any side effects from that. There's sometimes I'm like, ooh, I'm like wiped out. And then there's sometimes I'm like, I feel kind of hungry. You know, so I don't really know the dealio per se. But countdown is on. My last day of semester is the 17th. We were going to do it on the 17th, but I have a final. I have like clinical evaluation day, some things going on. I said, and I'm all remote now, actually, which is super helpful. But, you know, I talked with the clinic and my nurse, and she goes, you know what? Dr. D is actually there on the 18th. Why don't you do school what you have to, and we'll fly you out that evening. That way you're rested, you're not concerned, you're not worried, you're not dealing with like the time difference and trying to like take your final and everything, and go from there. So I actually put like a countdown timer on my phone to tell me like you know how many days we're looking at. What are we at? 16 days or something? I don't know. I can't even think straight right now. But yeah, it is super real. My IPs are super excited. We talk quite a bit, pretty often, I would say. Well, we chat probably close to almost every day, say hi, whatnot. But I think we started chatting pretty close to at least once, maybe twice a week, even if it's a quick, hey, hello, you know, just to say hi, check in, how's everything going. They are amazing people. I am so blessed to know them, to be in this position, to be able to do this with them, for them. My agency is absolutely incredibly amazing. Halfway through this process, we did switch my coordinator, which is totally fine. I know that my old coordinator had lots of things going on and was starting nursing school herself, and I think she might have been also on another journey. It's a blessing to know these folks, and they've already been through this several times, you know, most of them, and have that shoulder to lean on and get information and be reassured and be able to ask all the questions and stuff. So they are completely amazing, and like I said, I couldn't be more happier to have the clinic that I have out in San Diego. Words can't even begin to express how pleased I have been with this entire process. I was actually thinking back. I initially was going to start with another agency, and it didn't really pan out. So I took a step back, did some more research, started thinking things over some more, and then hopped back in to research more agencies again. And now that I think about it, the agency that I'm with now, Love and Kindness Surrogacy, I think I put in my application, and we had our first like conference and talk was like the 17th of December. So it's literally been, it will be like a year. Like it's coming full circle from when we started. I did match with one set of attendant parents. That didn't work out. They had some issues, sadly, regarding like funding and being with a different agency prior. Then there was a second match that I matched with, and it was a single father. Same sad situation with another agency, actually in another country, and just funds and money and things were all tied up. So it just didn't work out. And you know, third time's a charm. These IPs, these intended parents that I'm with now, we're like friends, like we've been friends for years and years and years. So I'm very excited. Next semester will roll all the way out until like the first week of May, which I was surprised. We just got our calendar like yesterday or the day before, maybe the day before. So I will be, God willing, pregnant, possibly with twins, for all of second semester, and then I will have the summer off, and we will not meet back until the end of August. So I really feel like timing couldn't have been any better. I don't know, with the COVID and everything going on, that we'll actually do any clinical time at the hospital. So, that's just all we could do right now is wait and see how that goes. But I think doing this journey, second semester of my RN program, and just the way everything is lined up, I couldn't have asked for things to be any better than this. I actually will also, once we hit this semester on the 17th, will not be going back until the end of January 19th, I believe. So I will have a very nice, those first, several weeks to... It's so crazy, guys. They're putting babies in me in like 2.5 weeks. And if, like I said, everything takes, and I have that time to process, my body to process, kind of get through that first few weeks of pregnancy thing going on. And, I will have to take those progesterone shots all the way up till like week possibly 12. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll get through it. And then, like I said, I haven't even thought about when a date, I haven't even thought about like what an estimated due date would be for that. But anyhow, I have to see I'll have to find out what embryo date. It might be like a 3-day embryo or 5-day embryos. I'm not sure yet. So, yeah, that's cool. So that's my update. I'm rambling. I don't know what else to say. I think this video is getting up there. I'm not even sure, guys. I'm so sorry if it is super long. But yeah, that's where things are at. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of y'all. I know I don't have too many subscribers, that maybe that'll all change in the future, and I want to be more diligent about updating you guys on things. So stay tuned, because it's like time is moving quickly. I hope everyone's doing really good and everything's going all right for y'all. All right, love you. Bye. Take care. Have a good day.